As the Detroit Tigers gear up for their weekend series against the Toronto Blue Jays, they find themselves in a precarious position, sitting at 19-25, just a hair away from the bottom of the American League's Central Division. With injuries plaguing their starting rotation, the pressure is mounting. But just when it seemed the Tigers were spiraling, Spencer Torkelson stepped up in a big way, delivering a clutch performance that turned the tide for Detroit. In a thrilling finish at Comerica Park, Torkelson showcased his poise under pressure, clinching the game for the Tigers with a 2-out, 2-strike RBI single in the bottom of the ninth inning off Blue Jays reliever Jeff Hoffman. This dramatic moment not only secured the Tigers their 20th win of the season, but also ended a frustrating 3-game losing streak. Fans erupted as Torkelson walked it off, reminding everyone that there's still fight left in this team. Reflecting on his game-winning hit, Torkelson acknowledged the challenge posed by Hoffman, noting, "Against him, you can't really manipulate the barrel too much when the guy's throwing 98. With a really good slider as well. So it was just shorten up and just try to get the job done." This insight reveals the mental toughness required in high-pressure situations, and Torkelson's approach illustrates the maturity he has developed in his game. It's crucial for Tigers fans to recognize that moments like these are what the team needs to build momentum. Torkelson's ability to perform when the stakes are high is a sign of growth and confidence, a beacon of hope for a roster still grappling with inconsistency. The rookie's acknowledgement of the difficulty in facing elite pitching while maintaining a simple, focused approach is a lesson for all young players in the league. However, while Torkelson's heroics are commendable, they also highlight a larger issue. The Tigers can't rely solely on individual brilliance to pull them out of a slump. As the season unfolds, the front office must assess its roster and consider potential trades or acquisitions to bolster the starting rotation. The whispers of potential trades are starting to circulate, and fans are left wondering whether the Tigers will act decisively to address the gaps that have been exposed by injuries. Looking ahead, the Tigers will continue their series against the Blue Jays on Saturday, and the focus will be on sustaining this newfound momentum. The challenge remains formidable, but if Torkelson and his teammates can harness this victory and build on it, there's a chance to turn the tide in their favor. This is a pivotal moment for the Tigers. They must rally together, push through the adversity, and show their true potential. Now, as we consider what's next for this team, the upcoming games will be critical. Can the Tigers continue to find their rhythm? Can Torkelson's clutch hitting spark a turnaround? The answers to these questions will define the trajectory of the season. With the fans rallied behind them, the Tigers have the potential to surprise us yet again. Let's keep our eyes peeled for what unfolds next.
The Tigers are making waves in the AL Central as they claw their way closer to the top. After last night's thrilling walk-off victory against the Blue Jays, the Detroit Tigers now stand at 20 wins and 25 losses. They find themselves 3.5 games behind the Cleveland Guardians for first place and just 2 games shy of the Texas Rangers, who currently hold the final wild-card spot in the American League. This is a pivotal moment for the team, and fans, where are you watching from? Let's hear your thoughts on this season so far. In last night's contest, the Tigers faced an early challenge as the Blue Jays jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the second inning, thanks to a 2 RBI double. However, the Tigers responded with resilience. Kevin McGonigal managed to score in the third inning on a wild pitch, putting Detroit on the board and igniting hope among the fans. The game remained tense and tightly contested, with both teams battling it out until Riley Green came through in the 6th, doubling in the tying run. Tigers fans have witnessed their team's ability to fight back, and this game was no different. With the score knotted at 2 runs apiece, the tension mounted as the game dragged into the bottom of the ninth. With 2 outs and runners on first and second, it was Spencer Torkelson who emerged as the hero. He delivered a clutch single that brought home the winning run, sealing a 3-2 victory for the Tigers. This is what we've been waiting for, a moment that showcases the grit and determination of this young team. Let's not overlook the standout performance from the Tigers bullpen. After Brant Herter delivered an impressive 7.1 shutout innings, allowing just 3 hits and striking out 4 batters, the bullpen stepped up when it mattered most. Drew Anderson's contribution of 4 shutout innings, allowing only 1 hit and striking out 1, was crucial in keeping the game tied and giving the Tigers a chance to rally. It's these kinds of performances that could turn a season around. This bullpen is starting to gain some serious momentum. On the roster front, the Tigers made a strategic move by activating Connor Siebold and optioning Ricky Vanasco to AAA Toledo. This could potentially bolster the pitching staff at a critical time in the season. Additionally, the news that Tarik Skubal is reportedly playing catch is a promising sign for the Tigers. His return could be a game-changer as the season progresses, and fans will be eagerly awaiting his impact on the mound. Another notable mention is Will Vest, who is set to begin a rehab assignment with AAA Toledo soon. This depth in pitching could provide the Tigers with the necessary support as they push for a postseason spot. Meanwhile, Riley Green continues to be a beacon of hope for this team, extending his hitting streak to 10 games. His impressive .459 batting average during this stretch, complete with 6 doubles and 4 RBIs, showcases his growth and importance to this lineup. The Tigers are at a crossroads, and every game counts as they chase down the Guardians and the wildcard spot. It's a time for fans to rally behind the team, and we want to hear from you. What do you think of the Tigers' chances moving forward? What do you make of their recent performances? Keep those thoughts coming as we move on to our next segment, where we'll dive deeper into the upcoming matchups and what they mean for Detroit's season. As we dive into this final segment, let's talk about the latest developments surrounding Tarik Skubal and his recovery journey. The two-time defending AL Cy Young Award winner has had a rocky road, but there's a glimmer of hope as he begins the early stages of his recovery. Fans, let us know where you're watching from and your thoughts on whether Skubal can make a significant impact this season. Skubal underwent arthroscopic surgery on May 6th to remove loose bodies from his left elbow, a procedure that could have sidelined him for a considerable time. However, manager A.J. Hinch revealed that Skubal is already playing catch, a positive sign that indicates he's well on his way to recovery. I was texting back and forth with Skubal last night, and he feels super excited about just the general feeling of throwing, Hinch noted. This enthusiasm is crucial, as it shows that Skubal is not just physically ready, but also mentally prepared to get back on the mound. It's important to recognize that the recovery process is still in its infancy. While Skubal's initial progress is promising, we must temper our expectations until he ramps up the intensity of his throwing sessions and gets back on a mound. With arthroscopic surgeries generally leading pitchers to miss around 2 to 3 months, the timeline remains somewhat uncertain. Yet, the fact that Skubal is throwing so soon after surgery is encouraging. Let's not forget Skubal's past. He has a history of major surgeries, including a Tommy John procedure in college and flexor tendon surgery last August, which kept him out until July 2023. This brings us to the current scenario. The nanoscope procedure he underwent is less invasive and allows for quicker recovery than traditional arthroscopic methods. While this could mean a faster return to form, the Tigers must exercise caution. Rushing Skubal back could jeopardize not just his season, but also his career trajectory, especially with free agency looming this winter. The stakes are high for Skubal, not just in terms of helping the Tigers secure wins, but also in positioning himself for a potential record-setting contract. The injury could impact his marketability, and while he wants to return as soon as safely possible, the team's decisions will need to be strategic. The bigger picture must be considered. A healthy Skubal is pivotal for the Tigers' long-term aspirations. Despite the challenges, the team isn't out of contention yet. With a record of 20-25 and a myriad of injuries affecting the roster, the parity in the American League leaves the door ajar for a wild card berth or even the AL Central crown. If the Tigers can maintain their footing until Skubal and other injured players return, there's still a fighting chance. However, if the team finds itself out of the playoff race by July, the calculus regarding Skubal's readiness might shift. The focus may then turn to showcasing his health for potential trade suitors, which could alter the dynamics of the team significantly. As we wrap up this segment, it's crucial to keep an eye on the developments surrounding Tarik Skubal. His return could be a game-changer for the Tigers, and as fans, we need to remain hopeful yet realistic. The recovery process is complex, and while the signs are promising, patience will be paramount. What do you think, Tigers fans? Can Skubal bounce back and lead the team to victory? Leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on the Tigers and all your favorite sports news. Your passion and opinions matter, and we want to hear from you.